Ladies and gentlemen, the sun has now found its home in the western sky, and it is Saturday night in Tiger Stadium, home of the LSU Tigers, one of the great venues in college football. And while today is the final home game of the season for one team, it is more importantly a celebration, Senior Day. As we'll see the number 16 team in the country, the Oklahoma Sooners, taking on another team from the SEC, the LSU Tigers. Glad to have you with us for EA Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack and Jesse Palmer with me in the booth. Guys, we are ready to tee it up. Will put a foot to it for the opening kickoff. And as the ball makes its way into the end zone, it'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. Trying to show them what it's going to be like all day in this house. They go to the ground. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Listen, I know there are a lot of DBs out there that all they want to do is get interceptions and dance in the end zone. This dude likes to put his face in the fan, get close to the line of scrimmage, and tackle. And on the opening drive, if he's out there, he gets a huge tackle for loss early. That is a statement play.
Looking for a man. It's Arnold. Back open in the middle. They make the stop, but the sweet throwing catch is plenty to give them a first down.
It's a really nice throw. It's so impressive watching this Oklahoma passing attack now. You think back to Bob Stoops taking over as head coach in 1999 and bringing with him the air raid offense, a style of passing attack that still wasn't very prevalent in college football at the time, but since then they've
open runway ahead. He's at the 20. Touchdown Sooners. And once he found some daylight, it was time to make a house call. You want to talk about a great way to start the game and set the tone early.
It's so nice to have a quarterback just get himself into the game, get himself established. You make a couple throws, you lead your offense down the field, you score right off the bat. Could not have been a better start for that QB.
Coming out with it, it's Ingram. He's brought down at the 16, would have been much better off to take the touchback. The offense lining up for a first down play. Gonna run it. It's Durham. Picks his way ahead, pickup of 3, and gets it to the 20-yard line.
Oh, man, there's some big hitting going on in the trenches right now. This defense, they take a lot of pride in stopping the run. Let's keep our eye on them throughout the course of the game and see if they can contain this running attack.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. Quarterback changing the plays at the line. Wants to throw. It's Nussmeier. And the quarterback caught up 2 and sacked at the 12.
The defense just simply not fooled by the play action. Oftentimes as an offense, you're hoping the run fake's going to slow down those pass rushers, but man, oh man, they had their ears pinned back.
Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. 3rd and long, back up inside their 20. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. Under heavy pressure, lets it fly. Makes the catch on the left. And they were looking for a chunk play, and they got it. The explosive picks up more than 30.
That's a beautiful pass and catch. I love the job the quarterback does manipulating the defense with his eyes. He froze that safety, and that allowed his receiver more room to work his route.
LSU with the 1st and 10 here. He's going to pass. Fires to the wideout. He's got an open man. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a 1st down.
I'll tell you what, that's great execution between the QB and receiver. They look like they could execute that throw in their sleep. Quarterback took his steps, threw it on time. Great route by the receiver. Nice job securing the catch.
LSU moving the ball quickly down the field. Wide receiver coming across in motion. Quick pass on the jet motion. He'll be stopped just short of the end zone, but they'll have it 1st and goal.
Yeah, and way to be creative, way to get the ball in the perimeter really quickly, get some speed outside. All you got to do is secure that edge, and you're just trying to get that 1st down. Nice job, nice play call by the offense.
This defense might be reeling after those last 2 and now facing 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. He works his way ever closer all the way down to the 1-yard line.
Well, we know this defense is one that plays with a lot of pride, right? And part of that is their ability stopping the run. They're a top 25 unit in the nation when it comes to stopping the rush, and that really helps them out down here in the red zone. They're going to have to step up big time in this situation.
Looking for just 1 more yard. It's 2nd and goal. That's what you expect from a senior. Don't give them any extra yards. Great tackle there. LSU right back to the line. Motion from the offense. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers! I tell you, when this drive started, the defense thought they had them in a hole. Not anymore. What a performance.
And
the fake, and he wants to throw. And he's got it. He gets it into the end zone, and he runs it in on the fake to take the lead. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. Bounces through the end zone. It's a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. Guys, we'll get another look at this Oklahoma offense. That last drive really productive. David wound up with a touchdown. They'll try to do it again.
Yeah, so I don't expect this offense to change too much, Reese. They had a great drive. They got the touchdown. Everything working. I would expect them to keep pushing this ball downhill.
And just imagine if they could put another touchdown on the board right here. They could capture so much momentum in this game with back-to-back TDs.
They finally get him on the ground, but not before he rips off enough for a 1st down.
I just love this guy's instincts, right? When things aren't open right away, he never panics. He just understands the situation where he is on the field, and he's so confident in his own natural ability that he has the ability to run, go get the 1st down, keep this drive rolling.
He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a 1st down for this offense.
I love that play call, and I love the timing of the pre-snap motion. Because the quarterback was able to get it to the receiver right behind the offensive line, and because of the timing, he was able to outflank the defense. That puts him out in space where he's able to use his speed. Nice job with the pre-snap motion and timing.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down.
I like feeding my guy. I like getting my running back touches, feeding the ball so he can break some of those big runs. But I'm also okay with these little ones. Set the tone, stay balanced.
I'll say this, man. In college football, you see a lot of bad tackling. You didn't see it right there. That was an awesome job. First off, being there at the point of attack. Once the tight end made the catch, there was no doubt he was going down. Great job form tackle.
3rd and short here from the 35. Might take a shot here if this is 4-down territory. Dropping back, it's Arnold. Quickly to the tight end. And he'll step out of bounds after a very productive play.
Really nice job there by the quarterback understanding it's blitz, and not just that it's blitz, but knowing whether it's man coverage or zone coverage behind the blitz. You've still got to know where your answer is going to be based on what the defense is doing in the back end, and you add the answer to the test right there.
Now he's got it all the way down to the 21-yard line, and they are threatening on first down. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. Looking for space. It's Beebe. And he's knocked down behind the line of scrimmage, and that'll do it for the first quarter. Second down here as they go back to work after the break. He's looking to throw. And the rush will get to him at the 25. Oh, that linebacker sacked that quarterback, and he was on him quicker than a hiccup.
Yeah, and you see quarterbacks back there pointing and telling the offensive line who to block, and, well, it didn't work, okay? He was not prepared for that. He comes scot-free, and the quarterback pays the consequences for that one.
They run into a bit of trouble here. 3rd and long from the 25, and the last thing they want is to get knocked out of field goal range. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up.
Nice job by the defense. They're mixing up their look there. 3rd and long in field goal range. They go zone coverage. So everybody on the back end has the eye on the quarterback, and they're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
Right down the boulevard. It's good. And they go back on top. After putting up the field goal, they're set to kick it away. He thought about bringing that out for a half second, but he'll take a knee and they'll bring it to the 25. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. They unleashed an aerial assault last time that took them right to the end zone, David.
So, Reese, with that drive, I think you've accomplished something you wanted to accomplish. Make this defense think. You put them back on their heels. Now, shoot, Palmer, you might be able to slip a few runs in on this drive to really jack them in.
Yeah, I like that idea, but I also like the fact that speed kills. They've got it at the receiver position, so if you've got one-on-one matchups, man, take advantage.
One big play to get it up near midfield. Now they're in business at the 47. The give is to Williams. They'll pick up 4, 2nd and 6 coming. LSU quick to the line. They'll run play action. He hurls one deep down the left side. And that ball is intercepted at the goal line. And he's brought down, and this defense gets the ball back for its own. Time for this Sooner offense to go back to work. They kicked a field goal on the last drive, Jesse. They've got the lead. Don't make a dumb mistake, but maintain your aggressive play calling.
Yeah, no doubt. I think it's the play caller right now just taking a look at that script he's got in front of him and finding out where are my playmakers, who can we take advantage of on this defense to get a touchdown here, Dave.
Yeah, and just keep moving the ball down the field. Just execute a little bit better in the red zone. There's no need to panic. We're moving the football, and we got the lead.
They've got them pinned deep in their own end, and this crowd trying to help keep them there. Now the pitch. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
Well, the offense is just trying to get the run game going here, backed up, just to give themselves an opportunity to operate, but they're not physical enough up front. That running back, lucky that wasn't a safety, going down at the 1-yard line.
Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down.
3rd and long situation. They try to go screen. I think they were hoping it was going to be a big zone and they could get those offensive linemen down the field, but the defense sniffed it out, forcing the incompletion.
And the Sooners will line up to punt it away. He'll try to really get into this one. Sometimes avoiding disaster is the best thing. The punter just gets it out of there. On the return, it's Watkins. Just a wall of defenders everywhere he looks, and he's guided out of bounds after a short return. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. Boy, they hope this next drive is more productive after throwing a pick last time, Jesse.
Yeah, and the coaches did a good job on the sideline there, just talking to the young quarterback and making sure he's able to turn the page, calm him down, to go out and refocus this drive.
Yeah, and some people do that better than others, but you got to show some trust in him. Maybe get the ground game going, help around him a little bit with this system.
Quick pass on the fly motion. Inside the 25. And they will score! Touchdown LSU!
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, gets you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback, wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
It bounds through the back of the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. Here comes the Sooner offense back onto the field. The last time we saw this offense, we had to look quick. It was a 3-and-out, Jesse.
They just had no rhythm in that last drive. So someone's going to have to step up and make a play, David, and get this thing going.
Yeah, let's find some juice. Find your guy. Find those plays that you know you can run inside out, forward, backwards. Get some first downs. Get some positive momentum.
You open a drive like that, and the entire playbook opens up on first down from the 44. Pocket starts to collapse. Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver. Sometimes people say, if you're good enough, what's the big deal about going on the road? Well, if you're not careful, you might find out in a spot like this one, guys.
Yeah, no doubt about it. This is a hostile environment, and you know you're going to be getting the opponent's A game for this one. They've circled this one all offseason, so they better be ready to bring it today, David.
And the hardest thing to do in college football is to go on the road. Everything about it changes, and you want to shut this crowd up early. You don't want to give them belief, because if it starts to build throughout the game, look out.
Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on third down. Looking to throw it again. Makes his connection. Found enough room to get it into enemy territory. They're down at the 43-yard line.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on third down. That's what we saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided on the biggest downs of this game, we're going to target our best player, and we're going to make sure that he gets looks. It doesn't matter what the coverage is, and you saw it right there on that one.
Got 6 on first down. Now a lot of options on 2nd and 4. Out of the gun, they'll run it inside. They're trying to send a message with this running game. He stopped after a pickup of 4 to the 33.
Let it bust for a long one, but now third down becomes very manageable. It's not third in eternity. Now the whole playbook, short passing game, long passing game, all of it's available.
They are on the move as they pick up the first down. They'll spot it at the 28.
You wonder now on offense, have they found something in the run game? Finally, it's been tough for them to get the run game going, but they picked up a nice gain on that last one. Let's see if they go back to it.
The clock has reached the 2-minute mark, and they have a chance to at least cut into this lead before the break. The Sooners have it with a 1st and 10. Just when they're looking run, now up top. Got it in the middle, it's Burks. They make the stop right there. Good pickup, it's still short of the 1st down.
Well, the defense playing zone coverage there. They're taking away all of the QB's primary options down the field, so he has to check it down to the drag running underneath.
Looking to throw, it's Arnold. Pulls it in. Touchdown, Oklahoma! Made the grab and finished the deal in the end zone.
And I just love the execution by this offense. Late in the half, man, you want to take the lead. You want to get that momentum on your side, and they do it. They finish it with the passing game. And I'll tell you what, keep that passing game up. You can keep this lead, keep the momentum, and keep putting up numbers.
Up by 1, they're going to try to get the deuce here and make it a field goal lead. Looking to throw. He gets in there for the 2-point conversion and pushes the lead to 3. So they put together a 9-play, 75-yard drive. And they close the deal with a 20-yard pass for 6. Fielded in the end zone. It's Ingram. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. Now they need to put something together to answer that last score.
There's a lot of pressure, too, on this offense to have to execute at a high level. They've got to score points, David, but they can't go too fast because their defense right now is tired.
And I think that's the difficulty being a play caller. Like, I have to balance all of those things. My defense is a little bit tired. I can't put on the field, but I got to be aggressive because this is a back-and-forth type game, so a lot to process and think about.
After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. From the gun, running back on the move. Smashes through. Good vision and determination there to find his way up to the 23. They'll hurry to the line here to try to get off that 3rd down play. Grab near the marker. It's Williams. He's right there to stop him, but the quick throw and catch enough to give them the 1st down. A timeout is called as this offense tries to find a way to get more points on the board before the half. Now on 1st and 10 from the 27. Use the play fake, now to throw. Feeling the heat as he lets it go. And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers, and he couldn't hold on.
And you see the dagger concept so much in pro football, in college football, and they're trying to run a guy deep to take that safety with him, pull him out of the way, and then kind of throw it right underneath that vacated area where he's at. Unsuccessfully, but that's what they were trying to accomplish on that play.
Oh, he loves to fire downfield. Reels it in down the left side. And he was off to the races, and he gets it to the 45.
Man, this offense is so dangerous, Reese. They've got dudes all over the field that can make plays. There's a big gainer in the pass game.
You get a chunk of yards like that, now the defense is really on its heels. Getting some heat. And they got him for the sack. There's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the 1st half.
Timeout, LSU.
Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Quarterback checking off. To the air, it's Nussmeier. Throws to the wideout. He makes the catch. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. One more snap coming before halftime. Trying to find his man on 1st down. Oh, he's going to try to hit him deep. And it's picked off at the goal line. That's one way to make a stop. Bringing it back. And he'll be brought down, and that's how we'll end the first half. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update.
Oklahoma 18, LSU 15.
The Sooners will boot it away to start the second half. And they desperately wanted to attempt a return, but decided not to. Instead, they'll take the touchback. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. If they're going to get on top in this game, they're going to have to find a way to get the running game going in the second half.
Agree, so it can create some more balance, some more unpredictability. I feel like this defense has got a good beat on what they're doing, especially if they don't mix it up a little bit. So I do look for a little second half running the football falling out of this group.
And I think the thing, Dave, is they just got to be more physical. I don't think this is a scheme question about trying different run plays. I think it's up to the big fellas up front. They've just got to make the decision that they're going to be tougher here in the second half so that they can win this game.
Looking to move it through the air. Got it set up on the outside. Didn't have much room to run and not a whole lot of help. Short gain there and still plenty of ground to cover for the first down.
Yeah, and you're going to see this offense find different ways to get this running back involved. It's not just going to be on handoffs, and they're certainly going to line him up in different places and even throw him the football. But the screen game's a big part of it, too. They're trying to get him going there.
Hines is tight end. And he might be known for run fits, but that was a sure and heavy tackle on the tight end.
A nice job by the defense there tackling the catch and smothering the tight end. They know this offense is going to try to find him in the passing game in a lot of different situations. That time, perfect coverage, and nice job bringing the big guy down. Not easy to do.
Just this side of midfield, the defense trying to rise up on third and short from the 49. To the air, it's Nussmeier. And they couldn't hold off the heat, and he goes down with the sack.
And those outside linebackers nowadays, they're so fast. They got to cover ground, but you can blitz them off the edge, and they can get after quarterbacks. Versatile. That's why they're getting drafted so high in the NFL and getting paid all that money.
Well, the offense is taking a chance here, staying on the field inside its own 40. Wide out in motion. On fourth down, looking to pass. Complete and looking for enough for the first down. He's not going to get there. Stopped short on fourth down.
I know the analytics tell me to be aggressive and go for it, but in the second half, in these ball games, the analytics don't work for every single situation. And right now, you set them up. I just hope this one doesn't come back to bite you right in the hiney.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. They'll go to the ground. And a decent gain there before the defense makes the stop.
I think you run that play on second down knowing it's going to make third down easy. You're not trying to hit a home run. You don't need the big play right now. Now you know third down, everything's on the table, everything's available, high success rate.
Quick catch on third down. Tackle is made after the first down. Third down, a lot of times it comes down to not necessarily who's the most open, who do you trust the most?
No, it's not about the X's and the O's. It's about the Jimmys and the Joes. And when my guy's better than you and I get you matched up out wide and I know I trust you, I'm finding you.
Fires to the big fella. And he's able to shed one tackle and gets a pretty good pickup.
Well, the tight end shows off his speed. You see his ability there to separate from the defender trying to cover him on that drag route.
The crowd getting behind this defense as they try to get a stop in the red zone. Power football with the run. And the Sooners are stopped, but not before getting the first down.
And I don't care if I get it by 2, by 20, by 30, by 40. I I just want to get the first down, understanding the situation, understanding where the sticks are. Doesn't have to be sexy, but I got to make sure I get to that stick.
Got some room in to the goal line. He's up to 55 yards rushing in this one and within striking distance of a 1,000-yard season.
Right away after picking up a first down, they go right back to their playmaker at running back, and I love the push they got up front, getting a hat on a hat, opening a huge hole for the back.
And you become so hard to defend when you can run the football successfully on first down.
And he takes it to the house. Touchdown Sooner!
And no monkey business. First down, come downhill, run the fullback. He gets in the end zone. Let's not make any bones about this. Be physical, run that thing, block those guys up front. Nice job by this offense taking care of business in the red zone.
And with the extra point, they're now up by a touchdown and a field goal at 10. So that drive covered just 44 yards, and they capped it off with a 1-yard plunge. That ball skips through the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 25-yard line. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. The deficit here is just 10 points, David, so a chance to answer here.
Plenty of time left in this football game. No need to panic. This offense just has to put a couple drives together. And listen, the defense will get this back and get some stop farmer and get you the football back.
And I think here too, David, you have an opportunity to keep the pressure on the opponent. Yeah, they just went down and scored, but you score here, and this game's still tight. You keep their feet to the fire, so an opportunity here to keep applying that pressure.
Rumbles ahead for a pickup of 5 to the 29.
Listen, that wasn't the greatest run in the world, but it was very successful, and you're making me honor the run. And another thing, every time you run the football, someone gets tackled. There's physicality involved in the game. So I like when offenses commit to the running the football, no matter what the outcome is, because those body blows do add up.
Off play action. Going over the top. And he hauls it in inside the 30. He's loose. Touchdown, Bayou Bengals. And once he got away from the knee, they had no shot at catching it.
He's just running straight down the field. The thing you got to look at there is the velocity on the throw by the quarterback. He didn't lob it. He got it to him quickly, put it on his body. He was able to make the catch and then run it in for a touchdown. And the extra point is good. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown.
LSU 22.
The ball squirts through the end zone. That'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. The Sooner offense returns to the field. Boy, David, they would love to stack another touchdown on top of that last drive.
And this offense did such a good job on the last drive. Everything in rhythm, moved the ball down the field, didn't make those mistakes, Jesse, and they need to do it again on this one.
Yeah, you're right. They had the defense on their heels. You wonder what sort of communication was going on that sideline. What sort of changes were they able to make, because they got to stop the bleeding right now.
And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain.
I like the idea by the quarterback there. You're trying to get this first down, so you find the tight end, see if he can make a guy miss or shake a tackle. Not able to get it done.
Got his man quickly. And they wrap him up, but not before he's got enough for the first down.
Well, offensive coordinators put in countless hours every week trying to formate and use different personnel groupings and shifts and motions to give their offensive success on third down. You can tell in this game, this offensive coordinator, he has put in the work this week.
Now they'll try the right side. Just a solid stop by this sophomore.
It's just so nice to know you can start off on first down with positive plays. Positive yards, hand the football off, set up a good second down.
Got 3 on first down at 2nd and 7. Looking downfield, it's Arnold. Now sliding to his left. Got rid of it just in time. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down. If they can convert here, that type of play can really give you a shot of momentum. Trying to move the sticks on third down through the air. And the defense is all over the quarterback, and down he goes. One more period to go to see who can make the winning plays and come home with the victory. The Sooners will send out the punt unit. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Fourth down, and the punt team sends it the other way. And the returner will be brought down. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. This is a game of swings and momentum, and a great opportunity here after scoring on the last drive, getting a stop, and now you have the football back.
They're playing well right now in all three phases, and they're complementing each other. So now, David, it's up to the offense here. It's up to this quarterback to lead this offense down the field to get a score.
Yeah, and to stay aggressive, to understand we've had success, we got this going the right way. Now I don't need to change anything. Go back to your go-to plays. That's now got you some momentum back in your favor.
They're ripping off chunks of yardage. They get it to the 33.
Well, that's why this running game can be so dynamic. This guy is special when he has the football in his hands. He can make people miss, he can run with power, and he also has speed. You saw it on that last play.
They're getting this guy lathered up. Miles ahead for a pickup of 1 to the 32.
And a nice second effort by the back to break a tackle. But how about those defensive backs willing to come up, stick their face in the fan, and make a tackle?
Those are the best run defenses too, right? It's not just D linemen and linebackers getting all the plays, but it's DBs that are willing to not just cover, but tackle backs in the open field.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Scanning the field, it's Nussmeier. Using the quick game. They make the stop, but this passing game does some damage, and they move the sticks with the first down.
This quarterback obviously did a lot of film prep coming into this one. He has been picking this defense apart. With that last completion, guys, he's now got over 300 yards passing.
Using his legs, it's Dura. Running behind those pads, he gets a couple before he stopped at the 18. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. Little touch pass to the receiver. They get him on the ground, but it's a first down.
When you think about when you hit those guys on the move, man, he's already flying so fast, and I got to adjust my angle as a DB and make sure I keep outside contained, and it's a really easy play to run to get positive yards, especially in a situation like that where you're looking for the first down. You run that play, you get it. Nice, easy breezy.
So now the opportunity with a touchdown to take the lead. A first down run in the red zone. He bullies his way all the way down to the 5-yard line.
I like this guy as a running back because he can run between the tackles and he can also go outside. He can really do it all.
Picked up some of what they needed on first down. Now it's 2nd and goal from the 5. Wide receiver now comes in motion. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
Listen, the offensive coordinator's best friend in the red zone is the running game. Make guys commit near the line of scrimmage so I can throw behind. This defense is good, but I'm going to challenge them. I'm going to try to be the more physical team. I love the play call. I think you keep running the football and stay physical.
Jumped on top of the pile.
And this is tough. Second half of the game, you're down by 3. You know a field goal is going to tie it, but this is a golden opportunity here, David, to take the lead. I think I'm going for the touchdown.
Green light. I'm going for
touchdown LSU. They've got the lead here in the 4th. This is like a baseball pitcher that can't miss. He is just pounding the strike zone.
That just gets in the zone, right? When you can't miss, you've seen quarterbacks get like that no matter what they do. They're on fire. They're hitting the receivers. And listen, that's also on the defense. The defense has to do a better job making him feel uncomfortable, changing what they're doing in coverage so he's a little bit confused. You can't just let him pick you apart.
The Oklahoma offense. They hope to be able to cash in on this drive, David, after having to punt it last time.
Yeah, and I think this offense needs to start it with the first play. You need to be successful and productive on that first play, and it gets you in less predictable situations.
No doubt, too. Don't you just feel like there's a little bit more sense of urgency on this drive? It just feels like they've got to be able to put some points up on the board here.
Here comes the offense on 1st and 10 from the 47. He wants to throw. Fires to the big fella. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup.
Well, I know the tight end did some good things after the catch, but got to give the quarterback credit, too, for the location of the throw. Because he put it out in front of his big man, he was able to make the catch and accelerate, creating some distance there between him and the defense.
From the 33, it's 1st and 10. From the gun, running back gets to give. And he was able to run through a tackle, and they finally get him, but not until he picks up the first down.
First down, you know you always want to establish the running game. How about this offense? Nothing fancy. Run the football, be physical, get a big gain.
The Sooners will snap it on 1st and 10. They're going to ride this running back. They pick up half of it. It'll be 2nd and 5.
I know the passing game sells and the passing game is exciting, but it's not exciting to get 5 or 6 yards a pop on the ground, but it will be very successful.
This crowd even louder now on 2nd down as they try to hold on. Looking for a man. It's Arnold. Receiver looks it in. It's complete.
And there was no question in that scenario. That's where the quarterback was going. He knew he had his receiver in a matchup that he liked, running a route where he would find himself open. Nice job between those two.
This offense trying to quieten the crowd on 1st and goal, and they are not cooperating. They'll try to get it in with the run. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
How about the defender being a heat-seeking missile? He was on radar lock. He found the football and flew down with some bad intentions.
Relentless, tough running gets it down to the 4.
And I really like the decision by the quarterback there. And listen, it's early in the downs. Like, don't force it. Don't make it turnover. He tucks it, get what you can get, and then live to play the next down. I like that execution by the QB.
Trying to get to it. And he can't find anyone open, and down he goes. A sack here late in the 4th. And this could prove to be the biggest play of the game. They'll go for it on 4th and goal. The defense will use a timeout here. There are 16 seconds left to play. Trailing and getting deep in the game, they'll go for it here on 4th and goal. Here's the snap, looking to throw. Floating away. Lets it fly. It's incomplete, and they desperately needed to keep that drive going, and they couldn't make the connection.
Nice job by this defense in a clutch moment. You knew they were going to throw the football. 4th down, great coverage, break on the football, force the incompletion, and more importantly, you get the ball back to your offense with a chance to just run this clock and get out of here with a win.
Really nice stop there from this senior leader. So after stumbling around a bit earlier this season, they put together 3 consecutive wins and seem to have righted the ship.
Dang right. How do you handle adversity? Every coach talks about that. They dealt with it now. They got the loss. They had a little bit of struggle early in the season. What do? You respond by putting a winning streak together, gaining some momentum as the season closes.
And sometimes the good thing about losing games early is that you know you're not perfect. You have to come out. You've got to bring your A game to the part each and every week, and that's what we've seen from this team now recently. They've got tremendous players, got an outstanding coaching staff. When they put it all together and they play with great effort, this team's tough to beat.
That's going to do it for us from here.